Hello, Worldwide Web. I'm Dr. Shot of the Internet Personality Show, and welcome back to Live and Wired. We're on episode 150, The Landscaper Lad. And, I couple of reasons for that. Number one, as you're probably all wondering, hey, Becca, when are you going to review a movie again? I have one right here. I have been working on that one. Yes. Going to be reviewing The Lawnmower Man next. So get that out of the way first. Second, I've been working on my lawn a lot. Yeah, it's big. Lots of mowing. Lots of mowing. A whole lot of mowing. Is that about the lawnmower man or the landscaper lad? Which one? Which one? Which one is nice? Maybe both. So today's been fun. I just was taking care of that, and I still haven't quite finished eating. Very sorry. I have some lovely clam chowder here. Some Old Bay clam chowder chunky soup. So, that's disgusting. Anyway. Missed so many, Tristan? Really? I mean, how's the grass holding up to the heat? Well, it's not the heat, it's the humidity, because it has been raining like crazy. Like yesterday, I tried to mow the east part of the lawn. Yesterday, I was trying to mow the east part of the lawn, and I'm like, it's been several days of oppressive heat. Surely the lawn is dry by now. And then I get stuck in the mud, and I spend a few hours trying to drag the mower out because I'm the only able-bodied person available at the time. And there was the mud the mower was stuck in was just far enough away from everything that I couldn't get any purchase to sit on and to like push and like dig my heels into anywhere. There was no digging heels. It was just still soft mud. There you go. And so eventually, what I ended up doing was taking the cable of Lou's old tie out. Back when we used to tie it to trees because she'd run off. Now she doesn't do that no more. She can just roam free in the giant lawn. So I had her old tie out cable. I got that. I tied one end of it to the mower. I tied the other end of it to Lou's rope pull toy so that I could actually grab it and pull onto it without tearing my hands up. And with that, with enough yanking, I managed to get the lawnmower just enough out of the mud that I could go there and push it the rest of the way out and then ride it back. And that was all the time I had yesterday. Who has seen Furiosa? All I've seen of Furiosa are the trailers, and I'm just looking at him like, that's clearly CGI. Which is bothering me, because that was one of the big things about Mad Max Fury Road that was like supposed to be like, hey guys, we really went full practical as far as we could with this. The word was that it was all practical effects, but the tornado was clearly not a real tornado. But I mean, it would be incredibly dangerous if it were. But I'm just seeing things in the Furious trailer where it's like, they're not even trying to do that practically. That is just full on CGI. And so it's like, okay, I guess it's just doing that now. But I haven't seen Furiosa. How's life going? Well, I can say that whenever I feel like I have something to complain about, inevitably, I find myself in the room with someone who, yeah, Dima, yeah. What is life? I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. I know someone who has been through the flipping car and the flaming and the losing chunks of your arm. That was supposed to kind of lean into the stuntman thing, but it really didn't. I'm sorry about that. I'm very awkward with this. The thing is, anyone wondering, where is Thick Black Daddy? He's in the hospital right now. He had an accident. There was he was ran off the road, as far as I'm like going from Facebook posts. He was ran off the road. Yeah, that not awesome. That not awesome. Yeah, the specifics of exactly how he ended up in the situation, I'm not 100% on. They're not necessarily as important as the situation itself. He found himself in his car, flipped over, unconscious, on fire. So his one leg doing real bad, missing some epidermis. His arm, arguably worse. His face is fine. Still a beautiful thick black daddy. We don't have to worry too much there. Oh, I'm sure he'll make it. I'm sure he'll make it. He was in a coma for about a coma like state. They said for about 3 hours. So yeah, I would show the pictures he's been sharing on Facebook, except for the fact that he has not been sharing them with any kind of like filter, like, hey, shocking imagery, gore. And yeah, it's shocking imagery with gore. And I'm not so certain about that. I'm not so certain about that on the live stream. Uh, it's, I mean, it's good that he's keeping his spirits up and giving some updates, but man, sweet bejesus. That's all I can say. Like literally every post he has about it on Facebook, I'm just replying saying sweet bejesus. That's it. That's all I can say is sweet bejesus. So as much as I can sit here and be like, man, I got a big lawn to mow. Man, I haven't quite put out a review. Man, I wish things were going better here. Inevitably, I find myself very close to someone who has it considerably more difficult at the time. So yeah, I hope for a speedy recovery for him. He was saying how his arm is in a lot of pain, but on the plus side, at least he can feel it again. So, silver linings. So yeah. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat, Tyler Ebick. A Summer of Texas Chainsaw would be cool. Yeah, I want to do the Summer of Child's Play, and so that reminds me of like it has been a long time since since the last review, and I just Lawnmower Man, and we missed last Live and Wired. That was 2 weeks ago. If we had that Live and Wired, I would not have had a movie to hold up and say I'm working on this, because at that time I still wasn't. I was just like okay, I gotta figure out this funk. Because each time I finished a review, I immediately started on the next, but it was still taking forever. And so I was just there like, what am I doing? And the reason why we're on the Lawnmower Man, and the reason why I'm here, like, guys, look, Lawnmower Man, isn't so much because it's been so long, it is that I am enthusiastic about this again. And I'm like, I've ran into a lot of problems already with trying to rip this thing, but those delays are like, at the end of the day, when it's been taking me a month between reviews, what's a few days delays? So I am talking about Lawnmower Man. Yes. That's the thing. Now, where was I? Dang it. Lost train of thought there. Everything just went. I shouldn't make that kind of sound, right? That's a terrible idea. I am really bad at this. Wow. How are my teeth? My teeth have been doing worse. It's just, because I haven't been able to go to the dentist, because that costs money that I don't really have. There's just the best I can do is try and maintain them, and I'm doing what I can. I'm brushing. I am flossing with a water pick that's loaded with pure mouthwash, and it's still like just suddenly this tooth just chips a little bit here, and then I have like a more exposed nerve, and it's very uncomfortable, and it's like, Great, I really need to have that one root canaled badly. And it's just how it is. A root canal is like $2,000 that I don't have. There's a lot of things I don't have. Yeah, I have a hard time, I think, downloading Lawnmower Man for review purpose or montage. For the review, I bought the disc because I was like, well, first I found a place where you could watch it online, and I went into my handy dandy web video to on hand video software, and I was like, give me that. And it was like, crash. We just download, process, crash every time, crash. And I was like, crap. So then I'm like, all right, I'll just buy the disc, and it bite the bullet, and it'll all work out that way. And then I'm loading it into my DVD ripping software, and it's like, I can rip you 15 seconds. Would you like the FBI warning and nothing else? And it's like, no, leave the FBI warning. I love when that's in there. But don't you keep going. Take the rest of it. And so it was just having a pain in the ass time with that. And then eventually what I did was, you see, I got my old PlayStation 3 right here. Now, the PlayStation 3 is a Blu-ray player, but it also has HDCP that is always on. You can't turn it off. So just to play video games on Twitch, I required an HDMI splitter that strips away the HDCP in order for it to work with the Elgato, and I could actually stream on Twitch, which means I could take the disc, put it in the PlayStation 3, feed it through the HDCP stripper into the Elgato, and screen record off my PC. So I did that, but that still ran into problems because it ended up having like weird glitches here and there, that where I was recording it at 24 frames a second, but occasionally here and there it would just record at 12. And I don't know why. I have a beefy enough computer. It should be able to record 1080p 24 frames a second perfectly fine, especially since it's just being fed to it through the PlayStation. It's just doing some decoding and re-encoding. 1080p 24 frames a second. Not hard, but it was struggling, and I had chunks of the movie that were ripped at 12. And I'm like, Jesus. So then I spend another day, and I'm with my ripping software, and I'm going through all the troubleshooting. And I'm like, okay, it's still ripping the FBI warning and nothing else. So let's see. Okay, it says here for best results, if you have trouble, then set it to software and not hardware. I already have it set to software and not hardware. Now, fuck it, let's set it to hardware, see what happens. So get the FBI warning and nothing else. Okay, great. Well, let's set it back to software, try again, and it's working. It's ripping the movie. And that's how it happened. I changed it from what it was set to something else that also didn't work, and then I set it back to what I had it set to in the first place, and it worked. Literally the first thing I tried. If you don't count me trying to get it off the one website. But literally, other than that, the first thing I tried. And it was like, ugh. Oh. Anyway, I also got a $5 from Anthony Watson. Sorry if you already answered. How is life treating? I kind of did, but I mostly veered off into talking about how life's treating Thick Black Daddy, which is not very nice. Not very nice. Oh. Easy to buy a Blu-ray player. I mean, I have things to play to Blu. I watched this on my Xbox in the living room when I was after ripping it through the PlayStation and all the fun stuff. See the problem? You're not holding your tongue the right way. Yes. I was there the whole time, like, when I should have been like, you see, it's just that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's you gotta. It's the the rabbit ears of techno spirituality. You just got to get everything in the exact right position for whatever quantum shit is going on in there to actually click the right way. No ping for you, Jack? Yeah. Sorry about missing it last time. Everything was not great. Not great. I was just in a bad spot, like here. But now Thick Black Daddy's in a bad spot, like here, and like yeah, just. Oh yeah, you can play Blu-rays on Xbox. You can play 4K Blu-rays on Xbox. Interestingly enough, 4K Blu-ray playback was actually brought into Xbox with the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S. The base Xbox One still only did 1080p Blu-rays, but 4K Blu-rays could actually be played on the One S. Whereas the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro, neither of them did the 4K. But now with the ninth generation of consoles, the Xbox Series X plays 4K Blu-rays, while the Series S, of course, is all digital and doesn't play a damn thing. And the PlayStation 5 physical plays 4K Blu-rays, and the PlayStation 5 digital doesn't have a disc drive, and again doesn't play anything. So yeah, couldn't play Blu-rays on the 360 when you're on the console. Yeah, the 360 had the DVD functionality, but they when it came to Blu-ray coming out, Microsoft was like, introducing the Xbox 360 secondary disc drive for HD DVDs. And they said at the time, hey, if HD DVD doesn't work out, we could just make a secondary Blu-ray player for this thing. Spoiler alert, the secondary Blu-ray player was never made, and HD DVD did not work out. So yeah, that was a fun one. That was a great thing. But hey, they did add the HDMI port to the later Xbox 360s. So there's that. My Xbox 360 doesn't have one. It does have the red ring though. It does that frequently. It's fun trying to get my Xbox 360 to work again. It's just there. Like I try and turn it on and it's like red. I just turn it off and turn it back on, red. I just kind of keep doing that. Keep trying to push it just a bit until it's like the fans start going like, and then it's still red, off, on, red, off, on, and then it's like, and then it kicks into life, and I can play some Xbox 360. Oh yeah. When did they claim the Blu-ray? I missed when Microsoft claimed the Blu-ray drive was coming to the Series S. But did they say that an external drive would work to play the movies? Or I could try and test that. I have an external Blu-ray drive that I was using on my Surface, and I have an Xbox Series S. I mean, I could try and test that. Is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes worth watching? I haven't checked it out myself. Whenever I've seen things on Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes on social media, I feel like I am completely out of the loop. Like, even though that the latest one's the only one I haven't seen yet, I have realized that there is an entire generation of Planet of the Apes fans who only have seen the most recent Planet of the Apes. A lot of them. And I'm there like, but this is just like a little side thing. The 70s ones, that's the Planet of the Apes series. This is just a little something that's going to be forgotten in 10 years, isn't it? Evidently Evidently, I got to get with the times, old man. That Planet of the Apes that I think of as the Planet of the Apes ain't the Planet of the Apes anymore. These are the Planet of the Apes now. And I'm just having to come to terms with that. I'm like, damn, what the hell happened? This doesn't even... You maniacs, you blew it up. What do you think that's from? Nothing that happened to the new ones yet. If they say it ever, it's only in reference to the originals. Oh. Never saw Cool World, not JPEG, actually. They only show the recent Planet of the Apes movies on TV anymore. Kind of annoying. Yeah. Now, a lot of the Planet of the Apes sequels of the original series got weird. They got really weird. But that's kind of the fun that I had with doing the Summer of the Planet of the Apes. Like, I wanted to... Makes you think of the Planet of the Apes musical from The Simpsons. Those who started only with the circus movies, be glad you didn't watch the McDowell ones first, which introduced the fetish of ape sex. Yes. I think a lot of people who are fans of the new movies have at least seen the original. I mean, I'm sure some of them are, but I just... It's very weird to me to see that there's a good amount of people who think of the series as the new movies, like as the primary. Like, this is Planet of the Apes. And then there's this supplemental material back there. There's that original. You can check out. That was a zany thing they did in the 70s, isn't it? But this is Planet of the Apes. I love this. This is okay. But I really love this. Like, that kind of thing. And it's just like, What's going on with my phone? It's going like beep 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 boop boop. Okay, I was just checking to see if there was anything going on with Thick Black Daddy, but everyone's just sharing car pictures in his Discord. They do that. They like cars. But yeah, this one isn't that bad. But having watched the whole Planet of the Apes playlist from you, for my opinion, once you tell me what to think. Oh, I really am a YouTuber, aren't I? Oh. Does Fallout have fair use issues for YouTubers? Like the Fallout game series or the Fallout movie TV series? Because, I mean, either way, yes. The TV series, simply because YouTube has fair use issues with any kind of video content. They really don't care. The game series, because of the music, because YouTube's copyright system is so broken, and a lot of the music in Fallout, you have a lot of fair use stuff in there. Not fair use, a lot of public domain stuff in there. And that's the kind of stuff that copyright trolls on YouTube love to claim. Like, I played Fallout 4 way back when, and I had to fight a claim over Ride of the Valkyries. I had to fight a claim that AdRev for a third party were swearing up and down that they owned Ride of the Valkyries. And so I had to bring out all the things like it went into public domain here. This is this particular recording that was from here, which is went public domain there, as it can be traced back here, 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 and here. Therefore, no, you don't own that. Nobody does. So, yeah. To do a book review for a fee. Well, book review, that requires me to know how to read, which I don't. I'm actually incredibly stupid. Like, I don't even speak English. I just sit here and make random noises, and it seems to work out for me, so I'm going to keep doing it. But, yeah, reading, like, it's hard for me to find a book where I really want to read. There are plenty of books I have read, but a lot of times, have you ever hate read a book? I've done that. Fortunately, the book wasn't very long. It's just like, it was a story that when I was younger, a lot of the supplemental material of it wasn't too bad. So I went back to the original. I went back to the source. I'm like, hey, what is this about this island of Dr. Moreau you got here? Oh, what's this? A book on it? It's only a little bit. It's like less than 200 pages. Shit, I'll read that. few times in life have I felt as absolutely gobsmacked at how fucking stupid someone could write a story as The Island of Dr. Moreau. And I was like even more frustrated when I found out that the one chapter in it that I actually thought was written sort of okay was actually not even necessarily from the writer. It was a repurposed scientific article put in the framework of a chapter of this story to work with the characters talking to each other. That was the only one that was sort of interesting. Everything else was a mess of what the fuck. And like it leaves off on an interesting little better think about that. But the lead up to it is such an absolute holy hell, what the heck is going on? Why are you doing this again? This doesn't make any sense. And I swear to God, if the protagonist could, at the first sign of anything slightly off-putting, scream and run into the woods any fucking more. Okay. I'm good. That was the only reaction he knew how to do ever. Ooh. It's true. And I stand by that I'm a moron. So think about how badly the rest of it was written. Oh, what's that? Had to re-ring the bell on the gaming channel. Thought I'd stopped gaming until you manually looked at the gaming channel, discovered that it was just YouTube that decided not to notify. Yeah, that would explain why the views on the gaming channel have kind of, it was like a week or 2 weeks ago where it just suddenly went from 20 viewers on YouTube, like pretty averagely, down to 10 or less. Like just overnight, everyone seems to have just suddenly stopped being interested in watching the stuff on the gaming channel. Why? Because YouTube decided that no one's interested in watching stuff on the gaming channel anymore. And it's just YouTube being YouTube, as YouTube does. I've gotten to the point where it's like I've just completely, like, I have no faith in this website, so I can't be upset at it anymore. It's like, oh, YouTube decided to unsubscribe a bunch of people from me. Of course they did. YouTube decided to hit these things that are clearly okay with just limited ads and just screw them getting shown out to people. Yeah, it's you. That's what they do. YouTube's headquarters is on fire, and the employees are dancing around the outside of it naked, pouring gasoline on it. Obviously, of course, I would expect no less. Yeah, not mad, just disappointed. Yeah. There's a gaming channel. Been watching the old AVP game series, thinking that was it for the gaming stuff. Oh, well, you see, when that does bring up the history of the gaming channel. Interestingly enough, way back in the day, AVP 2010 came out, and I was like, "This is nice," and it's up my alley. I was like, "People are doing these gaming stuff on YouTube. Hey, I can play this game. It'll be great." And I did. Had some fun. We had a few laughs. Everyone yucked it up, and that was fine. The algorithm was not as punishing back then. Then later, the game Aliens Colonial Marines came out, and I was like, I could do a Let's Play of this on the channel. And I did. But the algorithm decided that, hey, it seems that past part 3, people are clicking on these videos less. They must not want to see anything you do. And suddenly my entire channel, all the reviews just like, shoo, tanked in viewership. And I was like, fuck! So realized that the algorithm changed quite a bit in a way that was not very good for my brand. So at that point, I was like, okay, if I want to do gaming content, I'm going to have to make a side channel specifically for that. So did that. I was trying to get things going on that for a while, and it was doing okay, doing like off and on. And then I just kind of sat on that forever. And then last year, I was finally managing to convince Charlie Poltergimp, as she is now known on the internets, that it would be a really good, cool thing if you would stream. I've been trying to convince this woman of this for years. I'm like, you are great at games, and you're cute, and you're crippled. It's gonna like boom, boom, boom. It's gonna hit all the boxes. People are going to love watching you. And I finally convinced her to start streaming, and to show support for that, I decided, you know what, may as well stream some myself. So, like a lot of times in the evening, I would be playing my video games, and I'm like, I'll just turn on OBS and be streaming it to my Twitch. There we go. And I have the YouTube gaming channel, and I'm like, why leave that just dead? Let's just co-stream over there too. So now a lot of nights, you got Poltergimp in the. I got Poltergimp in the. My fiance Poltergimp, she's there. She's in the living room playing on her computer, on her TV, and all that fun stuff. She just streams to Twitch. She doesn't. Well, she does have a YouTube channel, but it doesn't really get too much activity yet. A lot of it is like she's thinking about jumping on some stuff with YouTube, and then she hears me in the other room like, oh, goddamn, YouTube did it to me again. These motherfuckers, this is a 12-year-old video. How the hell did you think that this video that was made 3 weeks ago I stole? What the fuck, you stupid sons of bitches. I'm gonna get on the horn and call Susan Wojcicki. Susan, what the fuck? I don't even work there anymore. What the fuck, Susan? Who am I gonna call now? So it's like, it's just, she sees that and she's like, I don't know about jumping on that YouTube thing. I'll stick to this Twitch stuff. This Twitch stuff is fun. Are they from Boston? My anger is from Boston. Haven't checked, but assuming it's from Software Games, it'll take off. Well, I mean, Balta loves her Souls-likes. She played through. Did she play through Elden? I think she already played through Elden Ring enough. I don't know if she's gonna. Well, she's done Elden Ring streams, but you know that was what she had played through and beat herself years ago. She jumped onto into streaming with Lies of P, and she did really well there. And she's jumped to other Souls games, Dark Souls 1. She has recently played through Stellar Blade. So, you know, just some fun Souls-likes there. Oh yeah, another YouTube channel got a strike on a deleted video. I saw that. NXR. He was talking about like recent problems he's been having with YouTube, and it was like he used to have a contact in YouTube where he could call them up and be like, YouTube did some fuckery, could you please help? And he could get something going on that. But unfortunately, I don't know if there's any why or anything going on. Like I got no word as to any explanation for why, but the situation is he no longer has his contact, and now he just has to, YouTube does stuff to him and he just has to deal with it. And YouTube's been pulling some fuckery. Like there's one video that got hit with 2 strikes, so it went warning strike for the same infraction on the one video, and then they got another strike for a video that was deleted months ago. And so trying to dig up what the problem could have been there was a whole other thing. And it's like all kinds of just insanity there. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. A funny thing, YouTube recently had a little survey where they were like, how is YouTube treating your mental health? How positive do you feel about your future making videos on YouTube? And they're like, no, very bad, disagree, bad, very bad. Makes me kind of want to kill myself. And I'm making more videos on Twitch now. Actually, I think my future on Twitch is looking a little bit brighter. Like things are. Yes, I make most of my money on YouTube and YouTube activities. Yes, I intend to continue that. But honestly, it's always a party on Twitch, and it's always an intervention on YouTube. And then like, can we contact you about it later? And I'm like, no, it's not going to help anyway. Just no, no. I already know. Like I've contacted you guys plenty of times before. I already know that you're gonna just do your best to convince me that everything's fine. But it ain't fine. It ain't fine. In the meantime, I'm just sitting here like, okay, I gotta get everything turning around. I gotta get able to pay my bills and feed myself and my dogs and all that fun stuff. So in the meantime, I'm gonna have to, just make sure I get everything together. I might have to see about. Ooh, I got it. Hey guys. Is there anyone out there who would love to pay $100 or so for a nice AMD graphics card? It was like $200 brand new in 2019, but it still can game. It could still game. I ain't gonna do nothing with it. It's just kind of here. Getting a little dusty. I got to do something about that. But best you got is tree fitty yet. I ain't gonna work out. But yeah, I got to figure out what I'm gonna do with this. I don't think I'm gonna get a decent price at the pawn shop for it. Like, I don't think you can even trade this in at GameStop. If you could, they'd give me like $3 and 50 cents. Like that's probably what we're looking at there. But yeah, this is a Radeon RX 5700. It's not the XT, just the 5700. It is what it is. So yeah, it's what I was using for the longest time, and now it's just kind of on the side here. And I just got the little plastic protector over the part there, just because why not? Hello, I'm Decker Shadow, the internet personality ready to sell my possessions. Yeah. As take a white crayon and write 4090 on it and take it to the pawn shop. There we go. That's how we do it. Some pawn shops that might work. Then again, pawn shop out here in off in the sticks, higher chance of it working. Higher chance. Remember bought one of those things? It burnt out twice trying to keep your laptop cool. Wait. One of what things? What did you buy that burnt out twice trying to keep your laptop cool? Because that's a GPU. That's just a graphics card. It's got an old Asus 980 GTX in case your GPU explodes like the last one did. Oh, well, those are cooling fans. They're just cooling fans for the heatsink for the graphics chips underneath the heatsink in the housing of all of that. But that plugs into your PCI X16. So that's, yeah. You don't have one of those on a laptop. That's a desktop card. There are possible. Oh yeah, Tara, she's doing okay. She right there. We had a scare last night with Tara. It was on stream. I started streaming Elden Ring, and Tara was in here doing her Tara things. She's meowing, and I'm not thinking too much of it. Sounds like it's coming from the bathroom. And then next thing I know, I hear her screaming, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go. Get up, and she is hanging from the drawer with her arm in the drawer. And I'm like, how the hell this happen? Like, pick her up. She was limping around for a bit, but you can see she's doing fine now. But it's like, damn. See, that'd be a lesson for you, Sebastian. I'm supposed to be the stoopy here. I'm the stoopy. I intend to keep the crown. It's a conical crown. Cats do what cats do. They are an enigma. Yeah, this like the thing is, like, the reason she was stuck was because that drawer tends to slide inward. Like, it doesn't come out. There's no way that I would have just, like, in order for it to have been left open, it would have had to have been left, like, completely open, in which case she would crawl inside. She does that. She crawls in the drawers and then, like, climbs behind the drawers, and then I gotta open the lower drawer and be like, get out of there, Tara. And then she jumps out of the dresser. But she was just, like, there, arm in. And I'm like, oh no. Doing the Evil Dead franchise for a Halloween special. I did cover Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and the Evil Dead remake, but I have not done the new Evil Dead movie. Which one was that? What was it called again? Dang it! It was pretty recent, and now I'm just drawing a blank. I can see the face of the mother, but I can't think of a name. Dang it! Don't you hate it when you remember someone's face, but you can't remember the name? That's Evil Dead Rise. There we go. Thank you. All right. Okay, everyone's telling me now. yes, dude. I got Evil Dead Rise, 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 Rise of the Evil Dead, Evil Dead Rise. Oh, okay, yes. So I still have to review Evil Dead Rise. I still have to review Decker Shadow Rise. On the series, Ash vs. Evil Dead, that's the problem where it's like when it's a TV series, I'm not enthused to check it out. TV entertainment tends to follow a certain formula that, well, I don't know if Evil Dead, the TV series, hopefully wouldn't. I would imagine it would work well if it did not. But there are a lot of TV series that follow this specific formula that I fucking hate. I cannot stand this formula, and it is one that a lot of, especially modern TV series, lean into because it makes people binging more likely. Okay. I'm going to describe a series of TV episode themes to you. And you're going to tell me which series this is from. Okay, so here's what happens. We are introduced to some characters. They bullshit around for a while. They just do random shit that really doesn't fucking matter. Then something comes up, and it seems like it could be the most important thing ever in the entire series. It could change literally everything overnight. And then the next episode begins, and it turns out that was actually absolutely fucking nothing, and it didn't matter in the slightest. And so the characters are back, and they're milling around doing general bullshit that doesn't actually really matter. Up until suddenly there was a massive revelation that could change everything as we know it. And then the next episode begins, and it turns out the revelation was nothing at fucking all. There we go. That's correct. That is right. We got a winner, folks. So that's like one reason why for like a lot of TV shows, I just can't even stand watching them. So I would think that the Evil Dead show, the Evil Dead series, could easily avoid that. But I don't know. If I start watching it and I start seeing that, I'm checking the fuck out. I'm not going to stick around. But yeah. Wait. Like in one episode, Bruce gets his hand stuck up a cadaver's ass, and the cadaver's dong keeps hitting Bruce in the face. Okay, that's definitely an Evil Dead series right there. That's definitely Evil Dead. Sounds so Evil Dead to me. Ugh. Evil Dead TV show had some major ups and downs. I can take ups and downs just as long as it's not an entire like cock tease series. Like as long as we don't have that going on, I can take ups and downs. You okay, Tara? You sat on your throne, you said your piece, and then you wanna go get out the door? Okay, Tara wants out the door. Let me. All right, Tara. There you go. Alrighty. Ash vs. Evil Dead is great because they maintain Ash being a completely incompetent ass in everything except killing Deadites. Okay, that sounds like Ash all right. Nice. Am I excited for Alien Romulus? I wouldn't say excited. On the one hand, it's like, I have to watch this. On the other hand, it's like if I never did anything YouTube and it wasn't my job, I'd still have to watch it. It is just kind of part of who I am there. But at the same time, after Prometheus, after Alien Resurrection, after Prometheus, after Alien Covenant, I am not really expecting that I'm going to walk out of this like, oh my fucking god, Alien is back. The only thing that caused that was Alien Isolation. But where's Alien Isolation 2? Or Aliens Isolation? Or would that even fucking work? Alien 3 theatrical or assembly cut? I gotta watch them both again. Oh man, I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember all the differences. I know I liked some things in the assembly cut. I'm trying to piece it together in my brain parts, and it's not working. Well, yes, but it's fun, and it makes my heart like go like, and I'm like, ah, and then I die, and then the game just keeps running because when I say I mean me. Alien 3 assembly easily, more fun scenes that balance out the crap. It's been so long. But I feel like I like Alien 3 better for being Alien 3, whereas like Alien Resurrection, way back when I've said this several times, but way back when I rated Alien Resurrection as like higher on my tier list than Alien 3. But I feel like it's just because Alien Resurrection was so damn different. It was a lot easier for me to like accept that it is just as it is. Whereas Alien 3 was still close enough to the Alien wheelhouse that the differences made me like, so now I'm more like, yay, Alien 3. Alien Resurrection still watchable and fun, but yay, Alien 3. Different kinds of disappointments. Yeah, both in their own ways. But I feel like now I appreciate Alien 3 a lot more than I did before. Have I already said what is going to be the next review? You panicked? Yes, actually, I started with that. I was like, hey guys, thinking of reviewing a movie again. Specifically the director's cut, because it's what I felt like watching. And the theatrical cut seems to effectively be, hey, that's a very nice story you have, but could you please cut enough out of it so it's only 90 minutes and we can get more screens on it? The VR movie? Effectively, yeah, it's VR from 1992. A VR science fiction movie from 1992. Oh my god. That damn movie, swear, messed me up. The freaking CGI scenes. I mean, oh, thank you very much. Mad Slasher dropped $10. I live, you live, we all love for Live and Wired. Yeah, awesome. So the whole 85 thing, we looked at his file. It's his IQ score. I think in the director's cut, they said that Job couldn't have an IQ higher than 45. They're like, this man is incredibly stupid. Oh, so dumb. Like, ooh, it's amazing he's not out there eating the grass. Which is a shame they didn't actually say that, because that would have actually made more of a reference to the actual Stephen King short story, The Lawnmower Man. But oh well. Oh, Nick. Am I going to watch it in VR? I didn't think of watching Lawnmower Man in VR, but I could. I could just throw it up on a big virtual theater screen, sit down in the virtual theater, and slap on my Oculus. And I never think of it as a meta quest, like that meta quest. No, Oculus, meta quest. Yeah, no, Oculus. Anyway, I could slap that on, throw on the Lawnmower Man, and watch it in virtual reality. That'd be something. No, how did the original short story get turned into what we got? Funny thing, there's a funny story about that. You see, when New Line Cinema got their hands on the rights to the movie rights to Stephen King's story, The Lawnmower Man, they were like, cool. What are we working on right now? Oh, you got that script for that VR movie, Cyber God. Call The Lawnmower Man. And that's effectively how that happened. But also, they kind of let it slip that that's how that happened. Before the movie was out, while they were still in production, they were given some like interviews and stuff, and they were like, "Ah, yeah, we got the rights to the name, and so we just slapped it on this, and there we go." And Stephen King found out about it through that, and he was like, "You fucking did what? No, you take the name off that fucking movie. You take my name off that fucking movie. If it's not The Lawnmower Man, don't call it that. What are you doing? Take that off right now." And New Line Cinema is like, "No, I don't think I will." And by the end of it all, Stephen King sued, got $10 million. The movie came out, and it still is called The Lawnmower Man. And in many versions of it, it still credits Stephen King as the original author of The Lawnmower Man. But in this, the 2017 Blu-ray release, you will not find Stephen King's name. Interesting little ball of holy hell. Just want to remind everyone that New Line Cinema made the Dungeons and Dragons movie at the same time they're making Lord of the Rings. Funny thing that. Oh, that would explain iRobot, because like Bicentennial Man was a lot closer to the actual novel of iRobot, whereas iRobot comes out and it's a completely different fucking story. I can absolutely believe that they got the rights to the book and the movie rights to the story, and instead of using the story at all, they just used the title and slapped it on something else that they already had. I mean, I'm used to seeing movies that's like that screenplays are just are trying to be made all the time, and then a lot of studios will just take a series and be like, match it to that screenplay. That's like the history of most of the Hellraiser series. Is Miramax was there like, hey, shit, the Hellraiser trademark is going to be up for grabs again. Fuck. Okay, we gotta make another Hellraiser movie real quick. That one. It's a Hellraiser now. Okay, get it out there. And that's how you got like Hellraiser Inferno, Hellraiser Deader, Hellraiser Hellseeker, like a butt ton of Hellraiser sequels were never supposed to be Hellraiser movies. They just became that. A speech about rats in during Vietnam and graveyard shift reminds you of Quentin Jaws, the speech about sharks. The book was a bunch of short stories. Well, the Lawnmower Man short story came from, I think it was published in a magazine. I can't remember entirely. I did dig up the original The Lawnmower Man and gave it a read. It's a very short, but man, is it so Stephen King, because it's just got a whole bunch of stuff that really doesn't really need to be there. Like the guy talking is like, he looked over the stocks in the stock market on the paper as a good Republican, and he hated his Democrat neighbors. Then he sent his daughter off to her date that night, and she was wearing a too skimpy sweater, the little fucking slut she was. Oh, and then the lawnmower man came over, and then he was rolling around in the grass naked, eating the grass clippings, and he had cloven feet because he was actually not human. It's just stuff like that. Talking about Stephen King fighting the studios, which are taking the whole shinin shit show. Well, I really like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. It is a great movie by itself. I understand Stephen King being like, you missed the fucking point. And I know that the results of his own Shining didn't go over super well. But I haven't seen Stephen King's The Shining. I've only seen Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. So, yeah, that is exactly how King writes. Also, goddamn, thank you for the 20 euros. I remember having euros in when I went to Finland back in the day, and I had euros for the first time, and I was like, yeah, this is fun. This is fun money. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? It's just coins and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you can use this coin and get like a hamburger. And they're like, yeah, it's a €2 coin. You'd better be able to get a hamburger for that. And I'm like, yeah, it's amazing. Look at that. Because I'm coming from America, and like the largest denomination of coinage is 25 cents. And if you try and use that, you can get told to put that away and take out your debit card if you want to pay for anything. So, but I'm there walking around with a sack of coins, like, and a piece of silver for that, and a piece of gold for that. That was a fun time. The Shining is just people. The Shinning is just people kicking each other in the lower leg. You loved the TV miniseries of The Shining. Steven Weber is Jack Torrance. Also throw in the funny parts of the Shannon Simpsons reference. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Then there's a new patch for Stellar Blade that introduces a boss rush mode, which is fucking awesome, but also the censored outfits. Now, the original outfits are still censored. And personally, I'm okay with this because, as I was saying before, people out there are saying that they look better censored, and let them have that. Let's have both. Let's have the uncensored, and they can keep the censored. I'm not interested in taking things away from people. I just want to have Korean supermodel titties. Like, that's just me. That's what I'm a simple man. I like boba, and yeah. So the bunny suit you get in the game is still you're still wearing underwear under your bathing suit, and you still have a piece of cloth covering the cleavage. But in the boss rush mode, you can earn a bunny suit that doesn't have underwear under it, and you can see the cleavage. Yeah. The Helldivers 2 game CEO is retired. I did not see that. I did not know about that. Lou, Lou? Okay, I'm sorry. Lou wants the rest of my. Here we go. I taught her that trick that she can put her hand in the bowl or on the plate and stop it from sliding around while she licks the inside. I was trying to give her one of my plates, and it kept getting away from her when she was licking it. So I took her paw and I put it on the plate. And first she was there like, "What are you doing?" And then she realized it stops moving. She's like, "Oh, genius!" Yeah, patch notes, added cleavage. That's right. But yeah, there's also there's still the issue of the missing blood. So it's not a full, total uncensored kind of situation, but we're getting there. There's progress being made, and I'm happy about that. And there's also people on Twitter who are losing their shit. They're like, "No, you cannot let the creepos win on this one. You can't give in to demands of an angry mob." It's like, what about your angry mob? You demand and they give in to your demands. What are you fucking talking about here? These are two angry mobs. These are two angry mobs with separate demands. Patch, Sony take it back to patch that forced people to sign up to PSN. Yeah, that was a dick move. That was a dick move on their part. Well, Jack, the question is, how nice are they? That's the really important part right there. But also, another important thing is that we are past the hour mark. I'm supposed to actually feed this dog her proper din-din. Lou, you want some din-din? Yeah, din-din. You want din-din, huh? You have this for now. So, yeah, I gotta feed her, walk her, take care of fun stuff, and that's gonna be it for tonight. So, thank you all for watching. I have been Decker Shadow, and remember, feed your dog. And if you don't have a dog, get a dog and feed it.